Hello, and thanks for allowing me to speak today. My name is Julie Manning, and I'm here to talk to you about our project Sprint 1, which is basically about Marie Honor, who is the new owner of an existing hotel called Northwoods Hotel that she purchased 2 months ago. Marie would like to rebrand the hotel, and while doing so, create a website that is user-friendly and also drive the reservations up as well as the revenue and the income up. The demographics of the Northwoods Hotel is that it's located at 1000 West Campus Drive in Wausau, Wisconsin, and there are a total of 60 rooms currently, with 40 rooms that have queen-size beds, and the other 20 have king-size beds. In addition, there are non-smoking rooms as well as handicap-accessible rooms. The website itself will have 5 main tabs: the home page, the room highlights, the location, the contact us page, as well as the reservation page. And as I briefly mentioned before, the business opportunity behind this is to increase the revenue and the profit of the rebranding of Northwoods Hotel, and that will also include a very user-friendly website, as well as some modifications to the hotel itself. And like I said earlier, the whole objective is obviously to increase profits, but through the reservation process, there will be many ways that Marie, the owner, as well as the manager, will be able to determine which are peak times of the year for guests and which are the low time of year, and how they can best utilize that low time and turn it into a positive, possibly by using promotional discounts during that time period, as well as maybe a customer reward program that would, for repeat customers, that could give them a discount, which would be an added incentive. The way that the measurement will be done will be through customer satisfaction. Having been raised in a family business, my father always told me that bad word of mouth travels much quicker than good word of mouth. So in order to get the customer satisfaction and the online rating of 5 stars is extremely important to help the rebranding process. In addition to the occupancy percentage, obviously, the ideal world would be that it is 100% full, although that is not the case, as well as the average daily rate. Briefly, the vision statement is going to be, it is for clients or guests that would like the comfort and the quality of a home away from home while they're on vacation or working, for that matter. Unlike other hotels, Northwoods Hotel does provide the comforts of home and treats you like family to ensure that your trip is memorable. There are risks in every project that we undergo. One possible risk here would be that the website could break. It could, the links may not be correctly connected, so there might be some breakage there, which could result in negativity on the customer or the guest part. There could be a lack of communication within the organization, which could lead to overbooking. Customers could also check out late, which could cause issues with the new customers checking in early. With this assumption, though, we can go ahead and look at some business assumptions that we will make. That 60% of the reservations over the year's time period will in fact come from the website itself. For example, when there's an annual event in town, the reservation process will most likely have higher traffic on the website when the customers are looking for a hotel in that direct vicinity of the event. An example of this would be fall colors. With the with Northwoods Hotel being set up a little bit higher elevation-wise, they have the opportunity to see the colors and the reflections that overlooks the lake. And the peak season, of course, depends on the weather, but typically within October would be a peak, high peak point for reservations at this hotel. In addition, the staff can actually, by the staff reviewing the reservation reports on a daily basis, can avoid many problems such as overbooking a room, or even an error in putting a person in the wrong room. So this report is of great importance that will be given to the owner on a daily basis, saying who's checking in, and that will be done alphabetically by the last name, with a little bit more information, which I'll get into in a little bit. Again, as I said briefly before, the major features of this project is that the website is going to be user-friendly. The customers will be able to see at a glance what is available on a certain date, as well as what the rate would be for that particular type of room during that particular season or day. In addition, the map feature on the website, they can see where the room is located and if it's available. Finally, they can, if they're for those that are not eager to use the internet, whether it's for security purposes, for fraudulent credit cards or websites of that nature, or just because they don't know about the internet, we have the Contact Us page, which will allow our employees to reach out to the customers to answer any and all questions and even place reservations. And again, as I mentioned briefly before, there are 5 pages that will be initially released. That will be the home page, the room highlights page, the location page, Contact Us, and the reservations. And of course, future releases will come about. Currently on the table is an idea to have a virtual tour of the hotel at some point in the future. With any project, there are limitations, and in this instance, we realize that there is a limitation right off the bat, that we do not have the capability at this particular moment to provide the mobile platform support that it might be needed. And likewise, we should mention that there are specific stakeholders in stakeholder profiles, such as ranging from the owner, customer, database, and software developer, business analyst, web design, employees, and reporting analysts. Our priorities are first and foremost to focus on the dimensions of the features, the quality, the schedule, the cost, and the staff. Each one of these dimensions will fit into one of the 3 categories of constraint, driver, or degree of freedom at any particular time of the project. And they could be also incorporated in varying phrases. So with that, when we do actually deploy the website, which is the main rebranding, customers can access it by going to www.northwoodshotel.com in the website bar. In addition to that, they can search the web browser looking for the name of the hotel, as well as the city, state, and zip code. And user stories are little tidbits of information that, as a customer, I would like to see the room highlights page so that I can view samples of them and see the cost of each type of room. So in the instance of the hotel staff members or manager for that matter, we can also see that, as a staff member, I want to create a registration agreement form for each customer so that I can save all of their information in the hotel database which will allow for any future promotions or rewards cards. And likewise, as this hotel staff manager, I want to be able to have a printed list of all customers who are scheduled to arrive on a particular date so that the hotel staff can be ready for their arrival and the rooms can be clean. And as this illustrates here is a use case diagram of our guest, which is over here, our hotel staff, which is here, and our hotel manager, which is here. And if you review this at your leisure, I've handed each one of you copies of the entire PowerPoint for your convenience so you can reflect back on it and be aware of what's going on and look at this at your leisure. So for a brief overview, like I said, this is what the guest might do. They might contact the hotel for questions. In order to do that, they'll double click on Contact Us. They'll ask the hotel staff for specific information and submit that question. That would then go to the hotel staff. If you follow my green line. The hotel staff will then come back and answer the question, and hopefully the customer will be happy, so they will complete the reservation agreement form. They'll sign it, and then that again will go to the hotel staff, print for each customer, which will then come down to the hotel manager and have this report for the daily arrivals with departure dates. And again, basically this entity relationship diagram is showing basically the same thing. It is showing that we have several different classes, the guest and the credit card, and the reservation, the hotel room, and the employee, and the shifts. And each one does show the variables or the fields within the guest class or the credit card, and how they tie into each other by using this legend code. Again, here is the registration form. Wanted to keep it simple so that everybody could follow this and understand it with relative ease, but yet we get all the information that we need, along with the guests written or printed, as well as a signature with the date. So that would be the contractual agreement, so to speak. And as I spoke of earlier, the customer arrival list with the date, that would be by this particular date, and it would be sorted by the last name alphabetically, and this would go to the manager on a daily basis so they are aware of who's checking in. All these fields here would be filled out so that they know exactly what type of room. Is it handicap accessible, the car, make and model, the license plate. So it'll make it easier knowing who to expect and what kind of staff we should have available for that particular day. And again, this is the software layer, the activity diagram, and each one of these, there's 3 on this particular page, but if the guest wants to check out if the hotel is suitable or desirable and in the location they want, this would be the way that they would get to this particular end conclusion, as well as the guest wants to check if they have rooms available on a specific date. This would be how we would get what steps potentially the customer would take at that point. And then finally, the guest wants to contact the hotel. They click the Contact Us tab. The guest will fill out the demographic information and click Submit. And if the form is completely filled out correctly, then there will be a message that says, "Thank you for contacting Northwoods Hotel. We'll contact you shortly." That would end that particular activity. However, if the form is not filled out correctly, then it would say, all messages must be complete, all fields must be completed, and that will reroute them back up to is the form filled out completely, and they will have to redo that, and then at the end that will end that.